I am Jeremy Deeds, the founder of Living Money, and I am passionate about helping people to master their money and lead authentic, wholehearted, compassionate lives. I am here now because of my own early experiences with life and money. I think my story starts back in the 1980s when I worked for an investment management company in the city, and it was a good job, there's no doubt about it. We had a lot of fun, we got well paid, we got great bonuses, but even then I understood, I think deep down, that I was in a rut. I had those niggling feelings of dissatisfaction. I felt that I wasn't really contributing anything, that the work I was doing was not aligned with my admittedly fairly ill-formed values, and I was very immature about money. I remember that money used to come in and mostly went straight out again across the bar. I hated opening my bank statements, and life went on like this for some time until October 1987. In October 1987, you might recall, there was a hurricane, and it caused such chaos in London that we were unable to get into the office that day to sign the MBO, the management buyout of the company that we'd planned for some time. The following Monday, of course, was Black Monday, stock markets crashed, the London market was down 25%, and the value of our company fell commensurately, our management buyout was off. Eventually, I think lured on by the sort of siren call of the fabulous wealth and great careers that come to MBAs, I left the job, I borrowed a lot of money, and I took a year out to study for an MBA. As I finished that MBA, the 1990s recession started, and I found myself unable to find a job, unable to get any work, and it's at this point that life starts to deteriorate quite rapidly. From a personal point of view, I'm feeling that I'm a failure and a fraud. After all, here I am supposed to be an expert in money, and I realise I've got no income, most of my assets are gone, I'm in debt. I feel angry and I feel really ashamed, to the point where I actually start to cut ties with my family and my friends, which of course makes things even worse. At the depths of this pit, I have a paradigm shift in the way I'm thinking. And I say to myself, Jeremy, I've got to get my life in order. Not that I have to get my money in order, and money I think has been my driving force up to now, but I have to get my life in order. And I realise that this is the most important thing. Life must come before money. It motivates me to start doing something about it, and I actually go back into financial services that look very much at life first, take a compassionate view and an empathic view of the way we work with clients. And I build up my own business. I form my own financial life planning company called Planning for Life. With my family, I moved back up to Yorkshire, which is where I originally come from, and it's a place that I love. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, but eventually I wake up one morning and I think to myself, Jeremy, you have actually mastered your life and your money. You are now in a really good position. I realised that I'd gone through a real process to get myself out of the depths of this pit that I got myself into in the first place. I also discovered this time that this is my real vocation. My vocation was not to help people manage their assets and their investments, which is important, but by no means the most important thing. What I really felt I needed to do was help people to do the same journey as I had done, to make sure they could get their lives in order so that they were leading those authentic, genuine lives that I was now leading myself. And as I said at the beginning of this video, I'm passionate about teaching people to live authentic, wholehearted, compassionate lives, free of their worries about money. And in fact, I do three things with clients. I help them to understand exactly where they are now, what their current situation is. I teach them to develop a life plan, and I help them to structure their finances so that their finances actually support them in that life plan. And out of this, I give clients the courage, the power, and the resources to lead that authentic dream life that they really want without being a slave to their money. And I have to say, it is the most wonderful thing to do to be able to help clients to turn their lives around in that sort of way. So thank you for listening to me. I hope it's been of interest to you. If you'd like to explore further, then please do look at our website, www.living-money.com. Do feel free to give us a call or send us an email. And I would recommend that you read my book, Right Money, Right Place, Right Time, which goes into much more detail about what I've talked about on this short video.